Welcome Waggin, friends and family and clients. It is time for episode 5. Something just weird happened, so I don't know if I lost everything, but welcome to episode 5 of Morning Coffee Talk with Welcome Waggin. I am your host, Dr. Jenny, and I am excited to be back. It's been a couple weeks since our last episode, and well, really it's been since Halloween since our last episode, and a lot has happened over the past month. So I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving with your friends and your family and enjoyed more of a milder Thanksgiving here in the Midwest and are ready for the holiday season. At the Welcome Waggin, we are so excited and ready and everything like that. So good morning. Nice piping hot coffee. Wanted to give you guys some updates on where the series has been. I have 2 younger daughters. I have a daughter who's 7 and who's 6, and we have literally been battling everything that's been going around. It started at the end of October. I have a Halloween baby, so my youngest turns, her birthday's on Halloween, so that was a lot of fun. It's always a lot of fun celebrating a birthday on Halloween. Who wouldn't love Halloween candy and cake all at the same time? So we had that going on, and then literally it was every week someone would be sick. And then we had a week off where we were starting to all get better, and then my youngest, my 6-year-old, ended up getting the flu, and man, that really took her out to the point where a lot of, I know it's more than some of you guys may want to hear, but a lot of vomiting, and eventually she needed fluids and an IV catheter. So I definitely, at the emergency room. So I definitely do want to do an episode here for you all on what emergency visits are like from a pet standpoint, because even from a human standpoint, the ERs have just been inundated and so crazy lately. I was talking to the nurse while I was there with Maddie, and he was saying, like, before, like during COVID, it really was not as bad as it is now. So it's just crazy all around. And for many of you guys have known that our ERs here, I mean nationwide, have just been inundated with lots of long wait times and everything like that. So I have a special episode hopefully coming soon where I could bring on one of my ER colleagues to talk about just the state of emergency medicine, because in even human medicine it's been crazy. So I'm hoping that we're in the clear now, because as any working parent knows, it's very hard to get things done when you also have sick kids at home. So that has been crazy. Other things happening, we are so grateful to all of you for allowing us and giving us the opportunity to have Black Friday off work, and you guys know that we only do a couple Saturdays a month. So the team has come back refreshed. We did have a 4-day weekend, which allowed all of our team members to spend some time with their families, and a lot of them reported that they had never had a Black Friday off, so they were able to do some fun traditions with their family in terms of shopping and things like that. So they are so grateful for that opportunity. Other things coming up is I really like to spend the rest of the year just slowing down and really reflecting on everything that we've accomplished and things like that. I am a scrapbooker in my free time, hobby time, which doesn't occur too often, and so I consider myself our family journalists in terms of documenting our stories and telling our stories. And I always encourage all of you guys too. I mean, there's so many things to say about social media, but today social media is the modern day scrapbook. And so we love it when you tell your pet stories and things like that. And I have all these ideas on how you can celebrate your pets and tell their stories and all of those things. And so I like to spend that final month of the year really reflecting on all that we accomplished over the past year, whether it's my family, whether it's us at the Welcome Waggin, and all of that. And last year, because we had just moved into the office, and we had hired Dr. Fagan. She started in December. Last December was just so crazy. So I'm looking forward to this December of really slowing down and just being present with the team members and my family members and all of those things. So I have some exciting things kind of coming, things I want to talk about with the Morning Coffee series. And really what I hope from this series is that we just create a community conversation on how to keep our pets healthy, safe, happy for as long as we possibly can. And it's the 29th, so super late of getting to some of our November topics, but it is National Senior Pet Month. And so a couple episodes ago, I talked about cat diseases, like the top 5 cat diseases that we see. So I just wanted to review with you all today, what does it mean to have a senior pet? Because I think sometimes we don't realize, I mean, we all hope our pets will live just as long as we will, and but the reality is, like, their lives are just so short compared to the possibility for our lives and everything. So keeping them healthy and starting to be more aware of things that could creep in, more in those middle-aged years is going to help them when they do become seniors. So what constitutes a senior pet? So cats, believe it or not, they start entering their senior years between 7 and 8 years of age. And cats, they have a weird lifespan. They could live between 12 to up to 20 years. So it's hard if your cat lives to be 20 to consider them a senior at age 7. But the reality is the majority of cats, 15 to 20 is amazing if we get that long with our kitty cats. So at age 7, diseases are going to start creeping in with our feline friends. And then dogs also have a range too, because we have the small little dogs and then we have the big, massive dogs. So dogs, small to medium-sized dogs, also 7 to 8 is when we start considering them senior pets. But in our giant breed dogs, we start considering them senior pets at age 5. And so those yearly physical exams are really important. And I always tell people is like pets are aging about 7 times faster than we are. And so once we get to those senior years, I do like to do semi-annual exams on all my patients, because getting my hands on them and listening to their heart and feeling their organs and everything like that helps me start picking up little subtle differences sooner rather than later. And one of the big things that we treat here is our mobility patients. And yesterday we had our monthly team meeting, and we had the company Waeltz come out and talk to us about a really exciting new drug for pain management in cats. And so I'm going to probably do a whole other section on just pain management with dogs and then pain management with cats. But what's so interesting and so awesome about house calls and how we as practitioners have a leg up is we get to see your pets in their natural environment. And so a lot of the times as our pets are slowing down and aging, they can't tell us when they're in pain or their tummy hurts or they have heartburn or they have any of these different things. We have to look for the subtle changes. And I think one of the amazing things that came out of the pandemic was we started noticing that you guys are bringing your pets in more, probably because one of the first times you were at home more, watching them more, seeing more of what was going on, and being more attuned to any changes that may have occurred. And I think that's still kind of a changing paradigm that is not going to go away now. I think we all learned during the pandemic, whether you like medicine or science or not, about comorbidities and how some vaccines work and how diseases work in general. And so we're seeing that you are watching your pets more and everything like that, which is amazing, and it's very helpful to us to be able to recognize that. And so we, like I said, it's very awesome to be able to go into the house and see how your pet is walking around. What does your house look like? And do you have a lot of stairs? Is there a lot of room and things like that? And so some of the diseases that we see is one, mobility is a big one we see as pets are getting older, but other things that are going to creep in is kidney disease, diabetes, thyroid disease, other types of endocrine diseases, all of which are going to create subtle changes that doing those semi-annual exams on our senior pets is just going to be really important. So I wrote and found a couple different ideas for you guys to how ways that you can help your senior pets at home. So if you have a senior pet, comment below when you're able to watch this video and send us a picture of your senior pet. We love our senior pets, and we love celebrating just their spunk and their personality and how much their personality does shine through even in those senior years. And then keep in mind though, if you are noticing they're not acting how they used to be and things are changing, that maybe it's time that we do some more diagnostics. One of the things before I go into this idea that we like to do is start taking blood work. Start getting baseline blood work from young adults to seniors, so we go watch those changes and look for kidney disease, liver disease, diabetes, thyroid disease, all of those different things. So basically for our senior dogs, like the things that you want to keep in mind is, it's like you have to baby-proof your house, and then you have to senior-proof your house. Is making sure that if you do have hardwood floors or any just slippery floors, that you put some non-stick surfaces down. We go into a lot of houses where we see runners all around the house to help those senior pets walk around. You want to make sure it's more easily accessible for food and water, so you're changing the height of the bowls and things like that so they are able to go to those surfaces. I've seen people build ramps for their large breed dogs just to make it easier for them to get up and everything like that. A lot of people get really excited with the wheelchairs that are out there, but before we even get to that point, there's some really great special harnesses that you could use, because we also don't want you hurting yourself when you're trying to help your dog up as they get older. Cats, the biggest thing is you always want to make sure they have fresh access to water. We talked about it in our cat video. Kidney disease is one of the most common diseases cats get, and so having like multiple water bowls and fountains is so important. And then making sure that litter boxes are easier for cats to get in is very important too. And then the other thing with cats is a lot of times as cats get older, we describe it as an unkempt hair coat, but they just they just stop grooming themselves really well. So making sure that you are able to brush them and practice when they're young so that they don't mind you brushing them and so they don't get matted. We do see a lot of 18 to 20-year-old cats who just start getting matted because they, most likely for mobility and arthritic issues, are not grooming themselves like they used to. And then, of course, when we get to our geriatric years and we start talking about our quality of life discussions, that'll be a whole other topic that we'll probably have multiple conversations on. So I wanted just to come in here really quickly today. I know it's been a while, and just discuss briefly when our pets are considered seniors and the importance of veterinary care and how awesome and amazing in-home veterinary care is, because we are able to, I think, better assess their situation and really get to know them to make sure we could tweak not just medical things, but different environmental enrichment things as well. So, as always, I like to wrap up with our pet memorials. And since it's been a couple weeks since I've been on here, there's just so many, or too many to count today. So, as always, our hearts are with you guys for anyone who's going through the loss or knows that it's going to be time soon. And especially during the holiday season. So although I'm in a place this year where I'm super excited and I'm feeling the holiday spirit and I can't wait to just celebrate all year long, I know that many people, holidays can be really hard. And it's the loss of loved ones, it's the loss of pets, there's so much things that are going on. So always know that don't compare yourself to others, and spend time doing things that bring you joy, make you happy, and decorate what you can decorate, whatever that may be. And know that, our hearts are with you during those challenging times, and know that losing a pet, some people may not understand how intense that grief is, but here at the Welcome Waggin we do, and we're always thinking of you guys. So here is to those that have passed over the past month. We hope to continue to celebrate all lives of all pets, past, present, and those future pets that you're going to get. So until next week, you guys have an amazing week after the holidays, and more to come soon. See you guys later. Bye.